class.
Good
Uh,
morning. How are
Good
you, Rosa?
morning. Is everybody here, or we should wait?
I
Hello.
am I am Carlos. Silvana is online too, and Daniela.
Okay, wait, hold on.
It's Missy and Lucas.
Maybe
Okay,
Lucas is coming.
okay, good. Let's wait a little bit for him, and then we start. How was your week?
A
Mm,
lot of a lot of work.
You
my
worked a lot?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
uh, in my
That's
case, it's
good.
the same. I had a lot of work and other complications in my house with my children because they are studying by internet. The
Mm,
school send to them the task, and sometimes they ask for help.
of course, sure. And I guess like helping them and working and doing the house chores, it needs a lot of time, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I understand. Okay, I saw some of your who is here? See, yes, I saw some of your emails, your informal emails. Yes.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't the email. I haven't.
Yes, I know. I'm
I
going
sent
to.
my
Sorry.
I sent my email in the classroom.
Yes, I'm going to check them today.
Thank
And
you.
the ones who didn't do who couldn't do it yet, you will have time until next week. Okay.
Okay.
It's important that you try to do this email because I don't know if there's gonna be another opportunity to write an email and practice for the exam. And writing, it's the most difficult skill, and you really need to practice. Okay.
I will make the email this weekend. I promise.
Okay. Thank you. That's amazing. Okay, let's start because it's 9:30 already. I'm going to share with you my screen. Who's here? Okay. Hold on. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. I have to just wait. Hold on. Okay. So this class, it's going to be a different type of writing. Okay. We are going to learn how to write something different from an informal email. So it's our class number 3. Today, we're just going to have a little theory on this piece of writing, and next Friday, I'm going to ask you to write about this, okay? So today, we have to do some exercises and just pay attention. So here I have a video. I'm gonna show you some minutes because it's a very long video, and I want you to answer this question. What would you do in this situation? Okay, so let's see. Tell me if you can listen. Oops.
We'll have to battle Expedia now to request why we want a refund, but it's gonna be a headache. Oh man, like I said, cleanliness is my main thing, but like the termite mound, not cool. It continues to right before we leave. They bring us a half of toilet paper. No, I don't want another room. I just want to get out of here. I'm sorry, bro. There's nothing to do with you, but the management here are not running the place the way it should.
Beautiful.
No, it's dirty, sir. I'm sorry.
Not like that.
The room has termites.
This
Sir,
you can see.
I'm sorry.
Please,
I
please,
just,
my
I'm
request.
sorry. No, my request is to leave and get a refund. Please understand that since check-in, it has been a nightmare here.
Sir, you can
the
see
room
this
has
room, sir.
termites.
Sir, please,
Yeah, no.
please come, sir. Please.
Jesus.
Sir, please, sir.
No, where is the manager, please? So I want to request my refund. There's termites in the room. I'm not staying in a hotel paying $25 with termites. It's just not normal. What the heck?
Can you give me back the paper with the passport and all the passport? Hello?
नहीं लग रहा है क्या? चिली चिकन और क्या थे?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Just you can see the room. Please,
No.
For my sake, please.
Okay,
Please, look, sir. Please, sir, I just want to not stay here. I just want my refund, and I want to go, and I'm going to find another hotel. That is all. Sorry, but I don't want to stay here. You cannot force me to stay here. Understand that, please.
Okay. So this is a guy who's been in a hotel and he had like a bad experience. His room was very dirty. There were insects in his room. And he wanted to leave and to get a refund. He didn't want to stay at that hotel. So if this guy was you, what would you do in this situation?
Maybe I also complain. Because I don't like dirty places.
Very good. You would complain, like you would complain like this guy did, like by telling the manager what bothered you.
Maybe in any other more respectful way.
Okay, in a more respectful
I don't
way.
like to shout in public places.
Very
Daniela, your contacts will go.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The microphone, Daniela, sounds like echo.
Yes, right. Okay, so for this situation, if you don't like something, if you don't like your experience, for example, at a hotel, or your experience at maybe any shop or at the airport or wherever, what you can do apart from complaining orally, right? You can also write a letter of complaint or a complaint letter, okay, in where you raise your concerns about unfair things, such as bad service, faulty goods, problems with people, and seek to a productive outcome. And as Daniela said, this is a formal letter, so despite the fact you are complaining, you have to be polite and formal, right? So despite you could be angry and very, very, very upset of the situation or of the unfair thing that you get or that you got, you must be polite and keep it formal. Yes, because in that way is the way that you are going to get good results for yourself, right? So this is what we are going to learn, how to write a complaint letter. Okay? I think it's very useful because many times we have bad experiences and we don't know how to get like a benefit from it. And these complaint letters sometimes are very, very effective. So I have another video for you that introduces this topic. It's taking a long time.
The first thing before you write your letter is to make sure you're not angry. Don't write a complaint letter while enraged. If you do, good, you got it out of your system. But then throw that angry letter away, wait until you calm down, and try again. Why? Because the ultimate goal is getting the results you want, right? So the smart thing to do is to keep the letter calm, respectful, and factual in order to get what you want. So in a calm manner, first, at the top center of the page, put your name and address. Center the text if you're writing a physical letter so that it'll look like letterhead.
So I'm gonna stop here. The video says that it's important that when you write a complaint letter, you are not angry or you don't show anger, because what is what you want from the complaint letter? To get good results. And if you are rude, if you write a letter but what you feel and know but how the situation really was, you're not going to get the results that you want. So it's important to write the letter after the anger, when you are calm, and write about the facts, what it really happened, okay? And not about just your emotions and how you felt. So it's important to write this when you are calm. And what you're going to see here is something that it's the way where when we write letters. And the previous class we wrote emails. When we write emails, we said that we don't need to write the date, we don't need to write the address. But in this case, as it is a letter, there's some information that we should include. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, well, let's go. So I'm going to show you what's the information that you should include later, okay? But within this information, you have to include the address, the date, and sometimes the company name. But this video doesn't want to start, so.
Teacher.
Yes.
When you say it's necessary to write a
Sorry.
It's a book.
The first thing.
Can you repeat that?
When you say about the complaint letter, we are saying about a book.
No. It's a letter. No? It's not the complaint book that you may have in any shop or hotel maybe. Or it's a letter that you will write after the situation has finished, and you will send to the company or to that person to get a result. Yes?
Yes, I understand.
We're going to read some letters later, but it's not what you may write on the complaint book. It's different.
Respectful and factual in order to get what you want. So in a calm manner, first, at the top center of the page, put your name and address. Center the text if you're writing a physical letter so that it'll look like letterhead. For example, David Taylor, david.taylor@home.com, and then the phone number. Drop down 2 lines and, aligning your text left, put the date. Double space again and put the full address of the company. You most likely will not have a person's name, but virtually all businesses have a customer service, customer help, or customer relations department. If you're sending the complaint letter electronically, put the company's website address like this. Next comes the salutation. If you have a person's name, great, use it. But if this is your first correspondence, you most likely will not have a name, so the most neutral greeting is, Dear Sir or Madam. Right?
Okay, let's focus here. So, as this is a letter, we have to include this information that we wouldn't include in an email. Your contact information, okay, so the company can answer to your letter, the date, and the address of the company, okay, and your salutation, it's how you begin your letter. In this case, I'm sure that you're not going to know the name of the person you are writing to. So when we don't know the name of the person, we write Dear Sir or Madam. Yes? And now we're going to work on the rest of the letter. So this is an example of a complaint letter, and as you can see here, it begins with Dear Sir, Madam, because the person who is writing, Sam Smith, doesn't know the name of the person he is writing to. Okay? Because if you don't do some research, you are not going to know about this. Who can help me who can help me read the letter?
I can't see very well.
Sorry?
It's not clear. The screen.
The script is not clear?
Yeah.
No. No.
Yes. Yes.
That's strange. Hold on.
I will try to read the letter.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to change the letter, or maybe make it bigger. Is it blur or is it too small? ¿Se ve borrosa o está chiquitita?
Ambas cosas.
Borroso.
Ajá. Let's see. Okay, if you can't, I will read it. What about now?
Se ve un poquito borrosa, pero I will try to read the letter.
Okay, if you have problems, just stop and I will continue, okay?
Okay. Dear Sir, I am writing with reference to your letter where you politely request feedback on my, I don't know, on my recent vacation organized by TravelWise. As you already know, I was displaced with numerous points.
Very good. So, sorry, stop here.
Okay.
We said that we begin with Dear Sir, Madam, because we don't know the name of the person we are writing to. In the introductory paragraph, we say the reason why we are writing, right? So this is kind of similar in any type of letter. I am writing with reference to your letter. It means that I'm answering you a letter where you politely requested a feedback on my recent vacation organized by TravelWise. As you already know, I was displeased with numerous points. In this case, it seems that the person who is writing, Sam Smith, complained orally, and by that oral complaint, he received a letter from TravelWise asking him to complain on a written letter, right? So he's answering to that request. Sorry, can you continue?
Firstly, the hotel I stayed was located in a rundown and dangerous neighborhood. On few occasions, I was approached by a drug dealer and a beggar. When it comes to the room, it was completely different from what had been presented in your brochure. There, darkness and rats were my company. Through the state, I actually changed rooms a few times. However, it seems all the rooms were in the similar condition.
Okay, let's stop here. In this body paragraph, he starts describing his situation, his past situations. Does he speak about how angry he is? No, he doesn't say, I'm angry, or I was angry, or I was terrific. I don't know. I wanted to go away. He just describes the facts, right? Los hechos. He describes the factual, the factual situation that he faced. And he gives like a very clear description of everything that wasn't good for him, right? Let's go to the third paragraph.
One of the reasons I had chosen your company was the free of charge spa and trips organized by your staff. It turned out that I had to pay extra for all of this service, and I thought it might be true that the water sport provided were amazing. It does not change the fact my holiday was ruined by the above problems.
Very good. In this case, we have a paragraph where he also explains some bad situations, but maybe he complains because the company, sorry, the company offered him something that at the end he had to pay for. And in this case, he's describing the rooms and facilities of the hotel, right? Let's go to the last one.
Okay. I must ask you to refund all the cost of my vacation, including extra chairs for spa and trips, please.
Very good. Continue.
I look forward to hearing from you soon. Yours faithfully, Sam Smith.
Perfect. So, in the last body paragraph, you are going to ask for what you want to get as a result of your bad experience. You may ask for a refund. That's what we generally ask for, a refund. You may ask for, for example, if you bought a product and the product wasn't had some bad conditions or it wasn't what you wanted, you can ask for another product, maybe, if it was broken. So it's important to include what you want to get as a result, right? Because if you don't say so, they are going to tell you, I'm so sorry, we'll work on this and try not to happen again, but you won't get any result and that benefits you from the situation. So it's important to state what you want to get. And these are the closing formulas that you should include in any letter. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully. I want you to pay attention to this because yours faithfully, it's written, it's included in your closing letter, in the closing formulas of your letter when you begin your letter with dear sir, madam. So you say yours faithfully when you don't know the name of the person you are writing to. If here we had, for example, we knew the name of the person that works in TravelWise and the name of that person is Mr. Brown, here we write, dear Mr. Brown. In the closing formulas, we are not going to write yours faithfully. We are going to write yours sincerely, okay? So those are like very important formulas that we need to respect. When we write dear sir, madam, yours faithfully. When we write dear Mr. or Mrs. and the surname, yours sincerely. Okay? And the signature, in this case, as it is a formal letter, we are going to write our full name, not just our name like we usually do in informal letters. Okay, now let's focus on the structure. As I told you, the opening formula, dear sir, madam, or a given or a name if you know the name. In this case, it's important that if you know the name, you give the name a title. So you say, dear Mr., dear Mrs., maybe if it's a doctor, dear doctor, okay? So you add the title to the name of the person. And Mr. and Mrs. are always followed by the surname, not the name, right? Okay, then the introductory paragraph. It's where we explain the reason we are writing, what we are complaining. And here I put some examples that are going to be helpful for you when you write your complaint letter. We can start by saying, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with the, or I'm writing to express my concern about, I'm writing to complain about, I had been led to believe, I would like to draw your attention to, the reason I'm writing to you is poor quality of, which I bought in the store, maybe this for products that we buy. After only 2 times it was in use, problems started to appear, also for products that we bought. So these are some of the expressions that you can use to begin your letter. Questions so far? Do you have questions?
No.
No, it's okay.
Okay, amazing. And let's go to the important part, that it's the body paragraph where you are going to describe this annoying situation for you, right? So let's think that we are complaining because we received or we bought maybe a TV set, and the TV set doesn't have the facilities or doesn't work as you thought it will work. So I don't know, you turn on the TV and it makes strange noises. The TV turns off in the middle of a film for no reason. So you start your letter saying, the reason I'm writing to you is the bad quality of a TV set which I bought in your store, for example. We have to explain what is going on with the TV set now. So, in the first paragraph, we can include what had happened, what is the problem. And it's important here, I repeat, to stick to the facts, not to add our emotions, but to describe the situation and the fact. So, I was supposed to receive, unfortunately, that never happened. I could not believe that. Well, in this case, this is kind of personal. So I wouldn't begin a letter like this because I wouldn't include like a personal appreciation. I will stick to the facts. So the television, for example, was supposed to be of the best quality, right? But when I turn it on, it makes very strange noises, for example. You can also add, what are you unhappy about? Yes. In this case, you are including your personal perspective. In some letters they do. I tell you, I would stick just to the facts. You can imagine how unhappy I was to discover. I regret to inform you that your service was below my expectations. The second one sounds a little bit more formal than this first one. Also, you can include, what did you do to resolve the situation? It's not like just you cross your arms and you waited for everything to be solved, but maybe you can include something that you did or something that you intend to do to solve the problem. And I contacted your store immediately in order to return. When I tried to contact you by phone, no one could offer me any sensible answer. So let's speak about this TV set that doesn't work properly. You try to phone the shop or the company that sold the TV set, and they never answer your phone calls, or they don't give you a solution. So you decide to write this letter. You could include this. It's like telling them, like, this is the last thing I'm going to do by the good ways, right? To write this complaint letter because I did a lot before. And again, how you feel about the problem. Maybe this really upsets me. It wasn't what I expected. Okay, you can imagine how receiving this offer upsets me. Okay, so this is what you have to include in the body paragraphs, especially to describe the situation. In the closing paragraphs, as I tell you, you have to include the action you want the person or company to take. You have to write about the results that you want to get. Here are some phrases. The ideal solution will be, nevertheless, I hope or I assume you will replace, for example, in the case of the TV set, the ideal solution will be to replace my TV set with a new one, or I hope you will replace this TV set. I hope you can settle this matter by giving me back my money or by giving me a refund. I insist on getting a refund. I'm very disappointed with therefore I expect a refund of $100 as soon as possible. I hope this matter will be resolved. I trust the situation will improve. So, and then the final part, it's the closing formula that you have to use and your signature. I look forward to hearing from you. It means that you want a response. I look forward to receiving a prompt reply. It means I want to receive the result I'm asking for. I just don't want apologies. I really want an effective response. And then, as I told you, you're sincerely, when you began the letter by naming the person you are writing to. So when you know the name of the person you are writing to, and you're faithfully when you begin your letter with Dear Sir, Madam, because you don't know the name of the person. Okay? Is that clear so far?
Yes, it's clear.
It's not difficult, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's quite similar. Yes, tell me.
A question. Is it the same for email, for a complaint email, or no?
Yes, it's totally the same. The only thing that are different from letters and emails is that in a letter, you need to add this information about the address, your address, the address of the company, and the date. That's the only difference, because when you write an email, you don't need to include this information, because this information, the computer gives you this information, right? But in a letter, it's important to state your address, their address, and also the date.
Okay.
That's the only difference. The rest, it's the same. Okay, any doubts about the structure of a complaint letter?
No.
Okay.
It's okay, right? Very good. So we're going to stop here if you don't have more questions. And next class, what we are going to do, I'm going to present you with a situation. We are going to write a complaint letter together using some of the phrases that you have here. These phrases are very useful because You just have to complete them with your personal situation, and you can use them a lot of times, right? And then I will ask you to write a complaint letter by your own and hand it to me within a week, if possible, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Have you got more questions?
No.
No more?
Yeah.
Okay, here it's very important to respect the verb tenses. So if we are going to speak about a situation in the past, we need to be attached to the past. Okay, so this paragraph will be all written in the past. But maybe if we are going to write about a product that we still have, maybe we have to attach to the present. So it's important within a paragraph, don't try not to mix tenses. We are also going to work on that. Okay, class. I'll see you on Tuesdays on Tuesday for the ones who do speaking. I don't know what's going to happen with next class on Friday because it's a holiday. I guess you want to rest. But well, I'll see you next class.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Rosario. Thank you very much.
Thank you.